Alright everybody, we're talking about the water material here. This is just a fountain I put together in SketchUp, and because of something I'm going to demonstrate, I've made the water coming out of the water fountain a different water material than the water sitting in the fountain. So the waterfall element is different. But Lumion recognizes the water, so it takes it immediately and makes it this kind of live water. And within the water material, inside the material library, you have a number of settings, and I'll just run you through them really quick. First of all is your coloration. Pretty obvious what that's about. You could get really crazy and have some red water, you know, if you want to do some sort of haunted thing, I guess. But I think a typical color kind of falls in this lighter blue range, and I probably have gotten off of what the original was anyway. Something to that effect, right? Color density is going to affect transparency and things. And light up watercolor, I think that's going to affect if we've got lights shining on this, which other than the sun in this case we really don't. Wave height, kind of self-explanatory. That's going to deal with how much sloshing is going on. Another one that kind of has to do with that is border displacement, but that focuses more on, and I'll show you with wave height, because you need a little bit of wave height for border displacement to do anything, but that has to do with the edges, like how much the water is at different heights around the edges. So of course, if we were using an ocean example, that would probably be more valuable or more accurate than in a still pool like this. So we'll turn that down probably, and the waves will keep somewhat minimal. Glossiness, pretty self-explanatory. Is your water dull or does it glisten? I think probably for the most part, unless you're doing something other than a liquid other than water, it's probably going to be pretty glossy. Wave scale, you can see is that's playing with the size of kind of the ripple, and the caustics does the same thing. It kind of plays with the size of that ripple and the scale of it, really, whereas this is the individual wave. So last thing here would be foam, and you can see it here around the edges. This is a lot clearer when you work in an ocean environment to see the foam, but here you're seeing around the edges and around collision points how much foam is created, just like when waves break in the ocean. So one other thing I want to show, so we can accept that, I wanted to show the waterfall tool. So I'm going to change this material now, and it's right here in the bottom right, waterfall, and you can see it creates this element of falling water, and you'd probably want to put some mist or something at the bottom to kind of disguise that transition a little bit, and there's probably better ways to do it. But again, you can mess with your colors to get you know, whatever sort of background color you're looking for, and your color density and everything. And you've got a lot of the same things here. I think the caustic scale is kind of changing the density of the different bits of water, so that's helpful to understand. And the wave scale as well is helpful to understand what that's doing, and also what it's doing to the speed of the water, or at least the apparent speed. Foam, of course, you can turn that down so it's more minimal, so it's more like a clear water. And if you were to come over by the side, I probably haven't modeled this in the best way. You may want to model it just as a flat plane rather than a 3D surface. But you can see that foam definitely affects what we have. This looks more like a natural waterfall, whereas this might be a little bit more true to what this sort of fountain reflection pool would be going for. So there's just a few things. Feel free to dig into it and yeah, learn about it. Take care, guys.